Welcome everyone, and it's a pleasure again to have you guys on board. And today I'm going to show you how to make Jamaican festival and Escovitch fish. And in this recipe, I'm going to go over my ingredients real quick. First, you have to get all of your vegetable prepped. I have the green, red, yellow and orange sweet pepper, 2 onion cut up. Then I have my scallion, 2 scotch bonnet pepper. Then over here I have some shredded carrot, and this is what I'm going to make the dressing for the fish. And for the Escovitch fish, I'm going to use some red snapper. You have to get the scale off, and then you want to cut off all of these fins. Just to know that your fish is well clean, you don't need these fins. You just want to cut the tail part off as well. Your fish should look just like this. I'm going to apply some vinegar. And the vinegar just going to cut the rawness from the fish. Now we're going to rinse off the fish. Now the fish is finished clean, it's time to apply seasoning. And I'm going to use a teaspoon. So a teaspoon of all-purpose, seasoned salt, fish seasoning, onion powder. Then you want to apply the seasoning and you want to rub it all over the fish just to get some inside. And you want to rub the outside as well, just to get the fish well seasoned. And when you finish seasoning your fish, it's supposed to look just like this with seasoning all over. Now I'm getting ready to make the festival. I have 1.5 pound of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, a 1/4 pound white sugar, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of milk, 1/2 pound of cornmeal. Now I'm going to combine all of these ingredients. I'm going to use this bowl, so I'm going to add my flour, then I'm going to add my cornmeal, then I'm going to add my sugar, followed up by the baking powder, then the salt. And guys, you can follow along, just get all the ingredients, pause the video, and then just follow me as I go. Then I'm going to mix it in just to incorporate all of the ingredients. Then I'm going to add my milk. Then I'm going to use 2 cups of water to mix this dough. And now my festival dough is completed. I like to make my dough and make my dough sit. So I'm just going to leave it in the bowl for a couple of minutes before I fry it up. Now I'm getting ready to fry up the festival, and I have my pot on the stove with vegetable oil. So pinch the dough and you're just going to roll it. You want to turn them over. You want them to be nice and golden. Now I get all my festival finished fry and they look nice and golden. And this is the way you make festival. Now I'm getting ready to fry up my fish, and we are making Escovitch fish with red snapper. I'm gonna wait until my oil is hot. So before we add the fish into the oil, I'm gonna make some cuts in the fish. Just so they can fry all the way through. And you want to get seasoned into the pockets. So I put 3 cuts on this side, 2 on this side. And then I'm going to remove the excess seasoning. I'm just going to apply it into the cut. So I can get seasoned all the way into the fish. And I'm going to cut all of them. And always want to measure your fish with your pot that you're going to fry it in to see if it can fit. If it can't, you can cut it right in the joint, right there. Just make a cut so you can fry them up nice. I'm gonna make a cut just to have it in half. If they are small enough to fit in the pot, you don't have to cut them. Like this one can fit into the pot. I measure it. You want to do the same thing to your halves. Now I get all of the fish into pieces and I get the season incorporated in the cut. It's now to add them into the oil. Now I'm just going to add 2 pegs of garlic. Now I'm going to add the fish into the oil. And you want to avoid all the oil splash on you, so you want to be gentle when you're adding the fish into the oil. And I am going to move them around at the same time because I'm using a non-stick pan to fry this, so we're not going to expect the fish to stick. If the fish is too damp, you can also use a little flour to coat the fish as well. Not too much flour, just a little. Just to take away the dampness from the fish. Now that the fish is finished frying, you just want to get them nice and crispy. And I'm going to start removing them from the oil. What I do, I remove all the ones that have been in the oil for the longest. Now I'm gonna add the rest of fish, and then I will show you the next step. Now I'm getting ready to make the garnish for my Escovitch fish, and it's red snapper. I have my assorted peppers, onion, add peppers, and I use some scallion. You don't have to use a scallion, but scallion, fried scallion, give it a little taste to me. I make this tons of time. And you don't need oil for this. You're just gonna add them in the frying pan. You're just gonna serve them a bit. Then I'm gonna add my carrot. And if you have the time, you can also julienne your carrots, but I just use the grater to grate my carrot. I just use the threaded side. And we're just gonna mix these around. And it's nice and colorful, look at that. And then I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. And then I'm gonna add some sugar. And I'm just gonna serve it in for a bit. And it's all a pot full of goodness. So what the sugar I'm gonna use for, because I'm gonna add the vinegar in a bit. The sugar is just gonna stop the tonginess from the vinegar. You don't want that acidic taste. So what we're doing, we're just lightly steaming all of this vegetable goodness. I have half a cup of vinegar, and I'm just gonna add a little. And I'm gonna stir it around a bit. Then I'm gonna add some more. God, I can smell the pepper. And the trick is you want to shut the stove off right away as you put the cover on, and you're gonna leave it, let it sit for 10 minutes. Now I finish frying up the fish and I garnish everything, and I show you guys how I make festival. And guys, check this out. I use red snapper, Escovitch style. Everything is looking good, and I'm telling you, I always bring these recipes out just for you guys to try. And I'm gonna break into my festival nice and fresh, and I'm gonna dive in with a piece. Oh my God, the festival is so good. And if you follow this recipe right down to the T and everything where I show you, you will be making the best festival there is. And the fish, always remember, when you're frying up red snapper, always make the oil get hot, and also adding 2 pieces of garlic into the oil. And what the garlic do, it's gonna give that nice taste and add more flavor into the fish. And for the garnish, you don't need any oil, just vinegar and a little tip of sugar. Cut the tanginess from the vinegar. I made this video so you guys can go and enjoy making this. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please go and do so. I will put everything in the description. Guys, don't forget to like, share. I'm gonna say fish scribe. I'm gonna say festival scribe. But this is the best recipe there is. So, guys, catch you on the next video. See you later.